All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a look at the Washington DLC tonight. Going to take a short ride. Got about an hour here to work with, and then I got to take off. I have to go to work tonight, but I have about an hour here to mess around. So we're going to grab. Well, I only have $2,000. We have this Volvo. This is my multiplayer profile, but I'm playing on single player. We're going to take this up into Washington. This truck I have is it's the closest I have to the Washington state. So we're in Portland because we've been reset there. My other profile, unfortunately, is in Eugene, which is quite a ways from the border. So I wanted to get started and get right into the state. So let's go ahead and take a look at our job market and our freight market. And we're going to go to Portland here. And we want to get into, let's see here, where are we going? Oregon, California. We want to go to Washington, Spokane. Whoa. I want to go north. Kennewick? Nope. Let's see. I want to get over the border in Yakima, Burns. Oh, Port Angeles. That'd be a cool drive. What else we got? Colville? No. I mean, we're going to see the whole state. We're going to do a series here, and probably my 2019 series we're going to hit, but at least for the first trip, let's get up into Washington. So I think it's looking like our trip to Port Angeles is going to be a pretty woodsy, mountainous trip. So let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like we got quite a ways to go even to get to that trip. So let's go ahead and get started. We're in our Volvo machine. And I'm going to back off the mic here a little bit. There we go. Hopefully you guys like my new paint scheme. The other thing that came out, we're going to discuss a little bit as we drive. We have the Forced Machines DLC. It gives us some new 55-ton loads for the 55-ton lowboy. And also gives us a chainsaw that we can hang in our cab. Headache racks for the trucks so that you don't have logs go through the back and smash your head. I might even do a headache rack on this truck. We'll have to see. But it's got some cool new stuff. If you buy them in the bundle where you get Washington and you get the Force Machines DLC, I think you save like $3 or $4. So it might be worth just doing it that way because you're going to save money on both the Washington portion and on the Force Machinery thing. So you end up getting the Forced Machines DLC for like $1 total. And that is worthwhile because it's a pretty cool DLC. It's not the best thing ever, but for that price, it's worth it. And if you buy it outright, it's $4.99. So it ends up taking like $2 or $3 off of each one. But since the other DLC is only $4.99, it ends up pretty much making that one $1. So I think it's worth it. Oops, we're speeding. No. Oh, we need to turn the GPS on. That's right. 1.35 also came out, so we have some options here that we can change around. So we're going to add some things here to the gameplay. I do want right now I don't want that. We're going to just drive during the day. I do want traffic offenses on. Keep the route advisor hidden. No. North locked always. Navigation best. We're going to change that eventually too, but parking difficulty always select. Time zones disabled. I want time zones. Cool. Show cutscenes, truck settings, braking, these are all turned down. Advanced trailer coupling, truck speed limiter. These are all things I want off. Okay. The other thing that we want to change here is our audio because we can turn this on. Dutch. Sky.
Okay, here we go.
And I'm going to do a speed warning sound. Just go beep, beep, beep when you're over speed. Though in America, it's not as hard because I feel like the road signs are a little bit easier to pick up. But
time to hit the road.
What GPS says time to hit the road? Maybe TomTom or something? I don't know. You hear it's beeping at me right now because I'm over speed. I know. I know I'm overspeed. Leave me alone. I'm a family man. All right, let's see. We're going to change this. Cruise control set at 55.
Keep left.
I am speeding again, honey. Keep left. Okay. I almost didn't trust her, but... So we're making our way to our load, and we're going to get into Washington as quick as possible here. So you guys can see the beautiful state of Washington. Now, I'm going to complain a little bit here. Already on the video, I released a video 2 days ago saying that Washington is almost here. And already had a comment from somebody complaining about the price. First of all, they misstated it as being $50. Then they came back and changed it to $20.
Keep right.
It's not that much.
Exit right.
I believe it was $11.99, which is a far cry from $20.
Exit right.
Whenever people complain about the DLC prices on this game, I just kind of scratch my head because if you look at games like Train Simulator, Flight Simulator, like Microsoft Flight, or X-Plane 11, a single airport, that's just a single airport, is $30, $24, $25. Train Sim, an engine is $20. And if you want to add a route, it's about $50, $30 to $50 depending on the route. The fact that we're getting an entire state and adding literally hours and hours of gameplay, new garages, new scenery for several cities, and many freeways and back roads in between, I think it's a little bit silly to be upset at a $12 price tag. I understand that if you're behind the 8 ball and you're buying this game for the first time right now, it does get a little bit pricey because you're going to have to, buy all of the DLCs if you want everything. But for those of us that have been quote unquote subscribed to the game, honestly, how much are we paying a year to play this game? $20? I mean, you're paying $11.99 at Christmas for a state and $11.99 in the summer for a state. I think $20 is a very fair price, or $25 or whatever, to play a game for an entire year. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on it. So is it worth it? Yeah. I think it's a great price. They could, if they wanted to go the Train Sim route, they could charge $50 per state, because they're adding way more content than Train Sim ever added for any of their routes. The Train Sim routes are like 20 to 25 miles long, and they're only on the route. There's no extra scenery. There's no anything else anywhere else. This is an entire state. So anyway, I feel like my rant's over with, and no problem. I agree. If you don't have money, I get it, but for $11.99, I think it's a great deal. Yes, Seth.
Can I borrow your Joy-Cons for a minute?
Yes, but they go right back when you're done.
I didn't text the lady in the store.
You could use my Pro Controller too. I really wish you'd find the cable so you can charge it.
I think we have the cable. I just don't think it'll charge.
Why won't it charge? Is the cable bad?
I don't know. If I knew it.
Well, try it, because plug it into like an iPhone thing and try it.
Pretty sure we have it. I mean, if we don't, find it.
Yeah. Or use Ryan's. And off we go. So we're going to pick up our load, and it looks like we get right into Washington from the load pickup, so that's pretty cool. We'll be across the border in a second.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Yes, ma'am.
Turn right.
Turn right.
Keep left.
Keep left, okay. So Washington, very much like Oregon, is a tale of two states, really. It's got a western side that is forested and very Pacific Northwest looking, just like this. Mountainous, but the green mountains covered with forests. Then you have the mid-state where the Sierra Nevadas Sierra Nevadas cut through.
Here we are. Safe.
Or wait, no, they're the Cascades. I'm sorry, it's the Cascade Mountains. And you have Mount Rainier, and you have Mount St. Helens. You have all kinds of mountains, running up and down. And so we're going to Port Angeles. It's beautiful scenery, by the way. It's across from British Columbia. All right, let's go grab the trailer. And then you have the eastern part of the state, which is dry but fielded. So they have that's where the kind of purple mountains and amber waves of grain comes from. If you ever have been in Washington, it definitely defines that portion of America. Like you have these huge, if you stand up on a hilltop, look off in the distance, everywhere you look, there's wheat fields. And off in the distance are these big, cascade purple mountains, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And that is the western or the eastern side of the state. So Oregon kind of looks like that too. I think the mountains are a little bit more spectacular. Oh wow, did you guys see that glitch? That was my headset, so my tracker. Let's do this. I think the mountains are a little bit more spectacular in Washington, like I said, but they are spectacular in Oregon too. I think they're just more green in Oregon, so the you don't have those I guess you do though up the middle. You do have the White Mountain peaks. So here we go. Let's head off to Washington State. This trailer does not match my truck. Orange and blue versus blue, orange, red, and yellow. All right, we're going to... Nope. It's going to pull out, but no dice.
Turn right.
It looks like we're going left. We're scooting back over to Portland. And we got a red light. Sorry. My allergies have been really bad lately. They're getting a little bit better. Wow, I couldn't stop at all. Oops. I'll tell you what, my Razer mouse just flagged me. That was pretty cool. One of the things that they've added. Come on, move it. Come on. Oh, geez, come on. One of the things that they've added in 1.35 is that your Razer peripherals are now... Oh, come on. Well, there goes all my money. They're now supported, so...
Turn left.
If you have Razer mouse, Razer keyboard, like when you get a ticket, your mouse will flash colors. And now Grand Theft Auto's done that for a long time, but still, it's pretty cool. Pretty neat feature.
Go straight on.
Go straight on. Straight on where? Look out. Bad driver. Accident and cut red light. The reason why I got the cut red light was because of the accident. And here's the north turn. So we're going to start heading towards Vancouver.
Right.
Kind of cutting through the middle western part of the state, which should be mostly, I would think, a lot of back roads. From my experiences in Washington State, once you get off that main drag that goes through Olympia and all of that, it turns into a lot of two-lane roads. Though, I don't know, I haven't been this way before, so... This might be all freeways. I'm getting off here.
Keep left.
I was already ahead of you, Miss GPS. So we're speeding a little bit, but let's see. Let's take a look and see what... Nope. Ah. Nope. Trying to find my damage page, and of course it's not set. I have all my profiles set up at this one. So I don't know how much damage I did to the cargo. But I did damage my truck pretty good. I also haven't been to service in a while, though, but we'll hit service after the trip's over. The truck seems to be running smooth enough. All right, so welcome to Washington State. We're crossing the river. Oh, there's road work ahead already. Great. So this is it, the big moment that everyone's been waiting for. I think that's the sign right there on the left. Yep, entering Washington. No welcome sign. No thank you for visiting. Just a little...
Keep right.
Keep right. Let's see.
I have a plan with all maybe when I'm ready.
And we're going to get off at, let's see, we're heading, I think Camas is where we're heading, so.
Keep right.
Keep right. Does she want me in the right lane, though, I'm assuming? Probably, right? Let me get over then. Oh. Down a gear.
Keep left.
Okay. Oh, wow. Interchange ends right there.
Keep left.
Grand Boulevard, Southeast Columbia. And we're already, you can see the mountains are starting as we get into Washington. We'll be, I believe, skirting the right side of... Oh, we're in Vancouver. Oh, this isn't Vancouver, British Columbia. This is Vancouver, Washington. I forgot that Washington also has a Vancouver. We are going to be skirting the right side, I believe, of the Cascade Mountain, or the Olympic Mountains. They're going to be to our left. There really is no route on the western side of the mountains. I've been over there before. I went all the way out to the coast and then headed north on this little route. I guess it was Highway 1, really. And I think we're going to get left.
Right.
Oh, no. Well, I want to go the other way. All right, we'll have to come back. Oh, South Portland. Yeah, okay. Heading towards Seattle. I know, it's Seattle. I'm so funny. It's like I was watching somebody play The Hunter, and he kept calling the warthog the Warthog. Warthog. Like, no, dude, it's warthog. Warthog.
Left.
Yep, keep left, okay. Okay, so Longview is on the coast. And we'll have to head over to the coast. Hopefully tonight sometime we'll have time to head over there. But anyway, my point is this. There's no way to get to Port Angeles from the western side of the state. If you come up Highway 1, which is the same Highway 1 that's in Oregon, which is the same Highway 1 that's in California, it dead ends maybe about 40 miles from the Canadian border. So you can't really get to the top part of the state. To get to that upper northwest corner of the United States, if you want to go to the very northwest point, you have to go up the way that we're going through Port Angeles. You go north, and then you go west, and you go through Port Angeles, and you go out to the coast, and there is a marker and like a little observation post to see the most, aside from Alaska, but the most northwest corner of the contiguous United States. That means all the states together. Obviously, Alaska goes further north and west, but Alaska is not connected to the rest of the United States. So, a little trivia there. But if you go up the western side of the state, the road will dead end. I've been there. It turns into a private road. I think it may go all the way through, but it's private. But you're about 15 or 20 miles from that point where the road ends. So I've done that trip before. It was really beautiful and really fun. As you can see here, we have the Washington scenery, and some new brands of trailers, new trucks to be seen. Now I'm interested to see if we have the double trucks, like we have a dump truck with a long tongue dump on the back. Because when you're in Washington State, you see a lot of those. And I'm not seeing any yet, so maybe we don't have those in game yet. But what they'll have is they'll have a dump truck. Then they'll have a trailer behind it that is also a dumper. And it's on like this 20,
right,
20
and then exit right.
like a 15-foot long tongue. So there's this big separation between
Exit right.
the dumper on the front truck and the trailer with this long tongue between the two of them. And they do that quite a bit. I think it's to get around road regulations. But you see those all over the place. Logging trucks have them, and then also dump trucks have them. And when I was out there a couple months ago, I guess it was, was it a year ago? I think it was. Gosh, it was so long ago. It seems like it just... No, maybe it was this past fall that I was up there. If you look through this playlist, you'll see two videos. One from like last year and one from this year, where I went to Astoria. So we'll take that same trip, I hope, here in the future, where I went out through Aberdeen and then dropped south on Highway 1.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Oh, okay. I guess we're going west.
Exit right.
I can't.
Rerouting.
We're going to have to manually set the thing, so. She's not rerouting us properly. We're going to have to manually set it. Could be a forest fire, could be anything. But we need to get to a point where we can actually sit there. See, it's going to try to make us go back and go that way, but I have a feeling that's going to be closed too if they got the route closed. So let's take a look here and see what we can do.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Oh. We're in the negative money-wise. And I do have another worker
Turn left, and then turn left.
praying that the dude can bring some income in before, I guess at noon, though, we're going to have an issue. Oh, it's dead end. Okay, so we need to pull over here and just park on the freeway side here.
Finding a new route.
Okay, so let's see if she did it. Map. Well, that's cool. We get to go up Highway 1. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, 101 does go. So what I was talking about, there's a road that comes along here that you can take up all the way to the top. But it dead ends here. If you want to get there, you have to go through Port Angeles and head out this way. That's what I was talking about. But this doesn't actually look like it has Highway 1. Okay. Like when I came down through from Seattle, I went... Let's see, where's Seattle? Seattle's back over this way. There we go. I took the 5 down through Olympia, and then I cut across through Longview, right? No, I came through Aberdeen, so I actually went straight across here, went through Aberdeen, and came all the way out to the coast and dropped down to Astoria on Highway 1. But they don't have that in here. They'll probably add it at some point, but they've got the 101. So it looks like we're going to be taking the 101 north. So this would be a pretty route. Either way, it's 101. It's like a loop. But we're going to have to go through Aberdeen, oh darn, which is really cool. If I'm not mistaken, Aberdeen is the home of Nirvana. Oops, stalled. Trying to get up this hill. Oops. There we go. At least we're rolling. Here we go. Thank God for 18 speeds. And a low gear. So this is taking us a little bit out of the way, but we shall recover. And I think we recovered nicely, to be honest. Pros that we are. Professional truckers that we are. And we are already in Aberdeen. Okay, so in real life, that takes like hours to do what we just did, but come as you are. And you can see there that the sign for Aberdeen says, come as you are. I suggest you watch my video where I go to Astoria because... or actually the one before that too, where I went to the beaches, because you'll see this exact thing where I went through the gateway to the Olympics here, the Aberdeen Bridge, and I actually drove, once I got across the bridge here, I drove up to the right there. There's neighborhoods back up in there that I drove up into. I got a toothbrush and toothpaste from one of these 5 and dime stores here. So once again, go through this playlist, and you'll see 2 live videos of Seattle. I think it's the first one. This will be further back in the list, but that's the one where I go through Aberdeen, and you can actually see the video of Aberdeen. And it's a rough but neat little town.
And then turn right.
And in real life, it is much larger than this.
Turn right.
I'd say the view is not as spectacular seeing this in game life. In real life, the mountains surround, and you can see all these different like factories and stuff, like forestry factories off in the distance and stuff. And I'm not seeing a lot of that here, probably just because it's scaled down.
Go straight on.
Yes, ma'am. And there's also like port activity. There's ships coming in and stuff like that into the port, but I don't see any of that here. That's why they have those lift bridges, though, because there's ships that come in here. But for those of you that are from this area, hopefully you guys are enjoying this and seeing a little bit of home. But it's definitely compressed. I'm glad I've been through this area before, because this is really that in Astoria, and of course Astoria is also pretty compressed. But Astoria is not a very big town, so I feel like this is more compressed. Aberdeen's a much bigger town than Astoria, I believe. Still, cool stuff. We're going to have to get over.
Can I make myself a sandwich, Daddy?
Yes, John. Just one.
Yeah,
And you got to clean up afterwards. All right, so we're rolling out. So pretty. So now we're heading north-ish, and there are a ton of posts like that in the rivers. I'm not sure what they're for, except for maybe keeping. I don't know if loggers use them to come down the river, or if they're meant to keep ships in a lane. But they do have those posts all along the river, and I'm not quite sure what I would imagine it has something to do with the logging industry in the area. And like I told you, we're entering into the Olympic National Forest now. I was wrong, though. We are, because of the route that we're coming, because the other route was closed, we are going to be on the western side of the mountains, so the mountains will be to our right. The Olympic rainforest is actually the coldest rainforest on the planet, but it is considered a rainforest because it rains so much there. So just like South America, we have our own jungle in America, but it is a cold jungle. It is not a warm environment. But it does rain here, and it is considered a rainforest. So it's kind of a neat fact about the Olympic Mountains. the Olympic Forest. Also, obviously, a very productive region for lumber. So this is cool because I wanted to see the western part of the state. That's where it's, you know, rustic and beautiful and mountainous. And this looks just like it did when I was out there. Very much so. Like, this just feels like Washington. Everything's green because it rains all the time. Even between this and Oregon, you can see the differences. Oregon is, the trees are a little bit browner. The grass is a little bit browner because they're drier than they are in, not much, but they are drier than they are in Washington. In Washington, everything's just very green and wet looking because it does rain all the time. The Quetta River. Quenta? So it's fun. This is cool to actually be on the roads that I was on when I was out there. Oh boy, slow down. Wow, look at that. So we're getting near the coast. There's some of those haystacks, the rocks that they call haystacks. And we are right on the coastline here, looking at the Pacific Ocean. Here's Kelloch. I don't know. Don't know how you pronounce it, but I do remember driving through here also. And this is what it looks like. It's like a kind of reminds me of the Disney cartoons from the 50s, like the Chip and Dale cartoons where they're with Donald Duck in the forest. That's kind of what this stuff reminds me of. There's the coastline. Beautiful. That's a viewing spot. Just gorgeous. So we're rocking it. And 40 mile per hour zone ahead. We're entering Forks. So I wonder if there's a town called Forks, is there a town called Spoons? And what about Knives? Okay, that was really bad humor. Sorry. I thought I'd try that one out, but it didn't go over so well. Let's look around here. No, I can't. For some reason, I can't get my head tracker to turn all the way. I want to look out the back. And my kids lost my clip. There we go. Just beautiful scenery here. So hopefully this job pays like $6,000 or $7,000 so I can get some gas. Because I can't buy any gas right now. Now we're still good. We still have over half a tank, and I think we're getting fairly close to our final destination here. Oh, we're over speed again. Look at that. There's like a lookout tower up there on the mountain. Awesome. Yep, this is gorgeous. So I'm super excited. We now have another absolutely gorgeous state added to the list of states that we have in the game. I know there's somebody that'll be mad that we haven't moved east yet, and we will. But to be honest with you, the east is pretty flat. One of the things that's enchanting about the Pacific Northwest and about the West is that there's mountains, and every state looks different. And if you look at slow down. Ohio and Indiana and all these other states around the Midwest, Michigan, they do all have their differences, but they also all look a lot alike. Whereas here we have very unique scenery. Come on, I'm slowing down. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now for me as a driver, somebody who loves driving and taking road trips and stuff, I like to drive these back roads. I know for a lot of you guys, the highlight will be Seattle or, you know, like that area. And I can't wait to see Seattle too, because we're going to get to see the Mount Rainier and the ranges out there. So we'll head that way next. But this is just absolutely beautiful. And we'll continue to use I think we'll continue to use the Volvo for this series. And we'll poke around Washington and try to see some of the cities and sites over the next couple weeks. All right, I know. I'm glad of the warning, but it is a little annoying when it goes off every 3 seconds. They should just be once and then... Oh, and we have come into Port Angeles, surprisingly. And we're back down to 45, so there's no point in accelerating. Welcome to...
Turn right.
Oh, thank you. We have entered into Port Angeles. So the Olympic Mountains are to our right, across. And I don't know if we see the. We should, if this is a recreation of Port Angeles, we should be able to see across the.
Go straight on, and then continue straight on.
Across the channel to British Columbia, Canada.
Go straight on.
Vancouver. There's a ferry that leaves from Port Angeles that goes to Vancouver Island, and the city. I think the city. See, that's where I get confused. I think this. Well, it goes to Vancouver Island, and so there's a ferry. There's like it takes like 3 hours to get across, or 2 hours to get across the channel. You can also take a seaplane. There's the mountains to our south. Those are that beautiful Olympic mountain range. Once again, featured in both of my videos from when I went to Seattle. And those are in this playlist once again. So take a time to... They're only about 5 minutes each, maybe 10 minutes. It's worth watching. So here we are at our destination in Port Angeles, Washington. And it's pretty cool. Got some bumpy road to contend with. I sure hope this is worth some money. Because it might not be.
We are here.
We are here. Thanks. I'm here. All right, we got an email, so let's check that. We're going to go, first of all, we're going to see. Where do you need it? Cool. And, oh, that's right, we need to deliver it. Let's check our email real quick, though. Is it the same thing? Oh, your account's overdrawn. Yeah, I'm working on that right now. Well, it's like too much like real life, guys. This is Wells Fargo just letting you know that you're like 5 months behind on your mortgage and we're taking your house away. Oh, where's the road through here? Do we just go this way? Don't hit my truck. Hey, get that thing out of here. I think we went the wrong way. Yeah, that's probably was not the right way to come, but we made it. Don't run over the log. Don't run over the log. Oh, bad boy. Oh, it's not even your trailer, Arthur. All right, so we're gonna pull through here, and we're gonna do. Oh. That ain't gonna make it. I'm gonna fall in the pit. Oh no. Okay, we do need to get through here though, so I guess we could always try to back in there. Oh, Arthur. What have I done? The last 2 minutes of the video is gonna take like half an hour because it's gonna take me a while to I just came in the total wrong way, man. That's No good. Oh, slipped. We're going to try this from a different angle. We're going to... Deep grow forest product. What would a forest product be? Furniture? A guitar? What? Ever since I bought this truck, man, I've been running on the edge. This truck has kept me broke. Okay, better this time. Better. We should be able to get this time. But the question is, can we get across? I want to just drive in straight. Theoretically, we should be able to do this. Whee! Much better. There we go. Oh! Crazy Gamer, thank you for the follow. Oh, I had it too. I just drove right past it. Wait, oh wait, no. This should get it. Okay. And T. Sweet. All right, so we are in Port Angeles. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this first look at the Washington DLC. Absolutely beautiful state. Once again, I'm a little biased. I love this game, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm super excited about this, but there we go. The order F has been settled. But so cool. What a neat place to be. And we have now $6,000, so I'm going to go get my truck fixed and get some gas. And we're all ready for the next trip tonight. Love you guys. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we'll see you on the next exciting episode of American Truck Simulator. Good night.